Age of Pleasure. Okay. I'm liking this album cover. I love that she's swimming through people's legs because, you know, that's a thing you do when you're a kid. I'm very excited to hear what's on this album. There's some really good features that I like. And in general, the vibe I'm getting is just summer, fun, relaxation, sexuality, coming into yourself and having a good time. Love that song. It was one of the singles. It gets you in such a good mood. I really enjoy the reggae opening and then going into like more rap and hip hop elements, I would say. Say, listen, little mama, you like Shabari? Watch while I show you the ropes. I used to let niggas get to me. I used to be my own enemy. Just a very energizing and uplifting song. I feel like it puts you also in the best place to hear the rest of this album because you can't not listen to that and not feel like you're riding on a high, you know? I don't step, I don't walk, I don't dance, I just float. Count my blessings, we ain't stressing, just look at this glow. I got that magic, I'm really prepared for whatever, whenever, so who wants to smoke? We've got the confidence, we've got the energy, we're exuding so much happiness and fun and stability and just everything we aspire to have, especially aspire to have in the summertime, but in general, all around, you know, this is how we'd like to feel. So, great song. I love this song. And it has like a bunch of remixes that I also really like, specifically the DJ Moma Amapiano remix and the Coco and Breezy remix. Both of those are really good. I'm ready for more. I'm excited to hear something new, and I just need us to keep going. I like all my kisses, friends when I'm on my champagne shit. Everybody turn around taking them pics. Let me just say that this is the Age of Pleasure. I'm having a good time. I hope you're having a good time. That was just so pleasing to go into. Now shake it all up. Move your little hip, hip, hips. Back it ass up. Don't ask me shit about work, cause I'm on my champagne shit. I'm talking high heels and no shirt. I love that we got a little dance break in between, as if we haven't been dancing from the start, because you certainly can dance to this entire project. But Champagne Shit again gave you that confidence, except this time it's not like, you know, I have that self-confidence like we have in Float. This time it's like we're in the party and I'm having a good time. And this is what happens when I'm at the party, and this is the energy that I bring. It's all in her hips. It's all in them hip, hip, hips. She got them nipples in her back. I'll be alive. Okay, I'm sure there's like more smooth transitions coming up, but I can't just keep skipping songs because I didn't even realize that we went from Champagne Shit into Black Sugar Beach. And then Black Sugar Beach is just like, it's utopic, it's euphoric, it's inclusive, it feels good. I'm so excited to get to the end of this because I don't even think this needs the deepest commentary in any sort of way. Like, there's so much that is happening to me right now, and the way that my energy levels are rising and how excited I'm getting. You know, I don't really need to look too deep lyrically at this moment for anything that is profound to me other than the energy that I'm getting. And I'd like to just sit in that. I'm looking at 1,000 versions of myself. Can I get a taste? Pussy purring, what you serving? The first thing I would say is that there is so much ballroom culture and aesthetics going on. There's also a really good intermixing of what Janelle used to do kind of in that like tightrope era. I love that we're getting something a little bit more acoustic. It feels a little bit like jazz, but then we have some like light Afrobeats elements on top of it. She and all her best friends, so phenomenal. Hips like that are blessing. Dancing in the dark, how you feel? Phenomenal, a true work of art. The blend of the production is really stunning, and then to have her speaking and singing in parts of the song is very sensual. It draws you in It feels intimate. It's renewing so much self-love, even in the opening lyrics talking about, having many versions of yourself, and they're all phenomenal. Like loving yourself through every stage of your life, through every body that you have, through all the changes that you go through. Transitions. Oh, the transitions in this project are absolutely stunning. Say I look pretty, can't tell me I'm not. I'm feeling so sexy. I keep on giving them lipstick and kill. They gon' have to come and arrest me. Rolling around with my besties. I love that this is also an entire project that is talking about pleasure and how you feel about yourself. She didn't have to do as much genre bending as I feel like she's doing right now, and it's working out so seamlessly and in her favor. The gender euphoria. Yes. A bitch is looking sexy. A bitch is looking handsome. Absolutely. Oh, transition again. I felt it coming. I can't believe I even have to stop and talk because I need to be inside of this project right now. Their voice of command is so central on the line. I can't help but feel what they're feeling. I can't help but feel like I'm experiencing what they're experiencing. And I love that emotion and that energy is transferable to us. Ah oui, qu'est-ce que tu fais tous les deux là? It was this exact moment that I regret dropping French and picking up Spanish. Love Spanish. I still need to know Spanish. I'm having a grand old time with it. But then I hear Grace Jones speaking in French and I'm like, damn. I understood 20% of that. I know it was beautiful and I know it was empowering, and that's all I really need to know. But again, an interlude, 30 seconds of a song that's just supposed to carry you throughout this project. It feels so good to listen to it from start to finish because, yes, that's how artists always intend it to be. But when we have something like this where there are so many interludes and there are so many snippets and transitions that are so specific, you can really be brought on that journey. It's not just about the singles or about whatever's the most popular song. This is the entirety of the message that they wanted to give to us. And now let's go into Lipstick Lover. Let's have a good time. I like lipstick on my neck. Hands around my waist so you know what's coming next. I've seen it from the back and I'm excited. Tell me what you do when we walk up in the room. Y'all, I put on lipstick today. I never wear lipstick. Was there something going on subconsciously? Maybe. Your hips on mine. I really got a thing for my lipstick lover, lover, lover. Baby, I'm obsessed. Give me undressed. A traditional reggae song. Let's just have a good time. Let's wine in the party. I can see the party now, the visuals now, and everything that could happen with this song playing, which is so exciting. I like that it gives us a moment to slow down because Float is more upbeat, so is Champagne Shit. Phenomenal is a little bit understated, but it feels a bit secretive, so it doesn't give me that relaxation as much as it gives me titillation and excitement. But especially with Hot and Ooh La La, we were just on the up for so long, and that's so valuable to then have this song as we're transitioning over to the other side. Who's to say that it won't go back up, but that we get a moment to just relax and feel the love that we're getting from someone else or have in a situation with someone else. Every single other song that we have discussed has been about how we feel about ourselves, and that is so special and so important to love yourself first. But now we get to put that gaze outward and see what's going on in the world. This is kind of scandalizing. I feel a little scandalized talking about this, just because we all saw the music video. We know what's going on. I don't know why I'm feeling so shy. But I love that song. I think it's actually very important to hear it in succession of the entire album because it does take on a new meaning for me now. And I feel when I first heard it as a single, I was okay. I like this, but like, what does this mean? Like, what does the age of pleasure mean? And I love that so much of it is self-reflective and not as much on other people or how we interact with other people.
Let our rain become a monsoon. I want the rush. I look around and I get that rush. Maybe 'cause tonight you're gonna be my
This is such a sexy project. The voiceover that we're getting, the little embellishments, Grace Jones, Nia Long, like, honestly, bad bitches, right? Is to be honest about it.
You're just my type. I really wanna feel it. I and I get to eyes for free. Hearty billion with a billion.
Coming into this project, this is not safe for work. And this is my job. Okay, let's get back to the music. I'm obviously activated right now, so let me get back to the music. Love Monaé. Everything that I heard in that section, I really enjoyed. Also someone who's really big on sensuality and feeling sexy. And so I feel like it's a perfect addition to this project. Janelle is also so commanding in their attraction. And this song honestly did kind of feel like the tides to the moon and the monsoon. And the fact that it's pretty understated, it's very soft. It sounds like something that would be perfect to listen to like in a jazz club in the nighttime, because I do hear so many of those elements coming up at the same time. This feels like its own working ecosystem, and I am so enraptured by this right now. I love like the little guitar strings that we hear in the background. I love that I love the placement of bass in certain parts in the track. I love that it feels like a musical exploration of the sensuality as well as vocally. And that makes it an overwhelming and over-encompassing emotion to us. I also love that it is sensual, but it's not like raunchy or lewd. I think there's something about finding the erotic in many things around you. And as we talk about nature, as we talk about the beach, as we talk about community, it is more than just sex itself. It's in finding things to be pleasurable. And I feel like when I saw this album, when I saw the first video, I was like, oh, like this is the type of pleasure we'll be talking about. But that's not necessarily the case. There's so much pleasure that's going on here. And there's so much pleasure that's directly transferable to us. It gives us energy, sensuality, and exploration. You got Sister Nancy on an interlude. Come on now. Come on now. This is my Olympics. I wish there was more Sister Nancy, because I feel like when you have reggae, get some legends on there. Get some Jamaican legends on that track. Like, let's really go. So that just put Lipstick Lover to shame. Not to say that Lipstick Lover is a bad song, but that when it comes to the reggae tracks that we're having, production-wise, that was so much more fun. The sample, and I don't know if it's a sample because I feel like it's also just like an ad-lib and or ism of reggae music, but that was utilized repetitively in a way that was exciting. I also feel like the levels to which she was speaking, the harmonies that they had, the way that they were just flowing on the beat as well, and using the vocal quality of being so slippery and smooth to talk about this water, to talk about the sensuality that we feel with ourselves, was perfect. It flowed so perfectly, it flowed so nicely. And I'm honestly kind of happy that came after the Sister Nancy song, because I feel like that gets you so prepared for that. And this project is just so erotic everywhere. I don't even know if I can post this, like, or they not. I feel like the algorithm may not even promote this because of the words that I've said in the past 40 minutes. I love the sample in that song. I feel like it's another one where we're coming down a little bit, and that makes sense because Water Slide is very intense, very in your face. And I love that we're going to a track that talks about loyalty and what you deserve out of life. Who has the right to access this pleasure? Who is allowed to engage in this pleasure with you? That is absolutely your choice. That is always under your control. So I love that we're getting a sense of that protectiveness. I love that there's still boundaries in this space. It gives us the exact room for play. And I mean, even referencing Shibari at the beginning of this project, like we already know that we have boundaries, we have rules, we are protecting each other, we are keeping each other safe, but we're also having a lot of fun. There's just been so much that I've heard that I appreciate so much. And I mean, of course, it was always gonna vibe with me because there's so much reggae in it and there's so many Jamaican elements in this, but I still love their capacity to play around. I think that's needed on a project like this. When lyrics are repetitive and it's not a chant or a call to action, I do feel like the music then becomes about the vibe that you're getting. So much of rap and hip hop and trap is repetitive, and so we're listening to it for the vibe. And this is exactly a song where I feel like the repetitive lyrics just allow you to just settle into the music. You put it all on me, all on me, all on me, all on me. Pleasure, pleasure, pleasure. There's not much more that we are exploring in this track other than love languages and quality time, which is important and lovely to know. And maybe that's the point of it being emphasized because it is the direct and most important thing that they like to appreciate and have in their love life, rather in their life in general. The way that this project makes you feel, the joy and the euphoria, doesn't come from hearing lyrics that you might already align with, concepts that you already believe in. It's more in having someone say it to you in a way that feels affirming. And this project is exactly that. She's real for this. She's so real for this. Also, this track is more on the Afrobeat side. We're getting a little bit more of like a danceable song, but I think it's kind of like an equalizer for the temperature of the project. And now that we're going into the last two songs, I wonder how this is all going to end. I never stop a track before I finished it. I just need to say, this is a dangerous beat you're playing with. This is one of my favorite songs. This has to hit because there's been so many interpretations of this. Like I can't believe they picked this up right now. You're the one, double the fun, triple the time for love. I only have eyes for two. I only have eyes. That track is the same, but it's different. There's so many ways in which she made it her own, and I really appreciate the embellishments that we had. It sounded like rocket ships flying in the sky, to then also having the strings at the end. It really makes it more of a Janelle Monaé song, and I appreciate that because this is a pretty legendary beat to hop on, but I'm glad they added to the canon. Why not? We said some things we can't take back. I'm happy it's out in the I feel like there's a part of this that maybe is speaking to polyamory, I don't know, but is also speaking to the intentionality and love in relational connections and wanting to renew that time and just being deeply in love with someone. There's so many things that I was expecting to hear because of songs that I have heard, and I felt like they approached it with a slowness and intentionality that made the song really come alive to me. This is a sweet way to get to the end. I feel loved in so many variations and murmurs.
I got plans for you and me. Come and find me in an hour.
That last song too leaves us on a cliffhanger. You know, we see where this relationship could go, where it could progress, feeling like time is just flying away from us in the way that it does when you're in the loving and relaxing and new stages of relationships.
We gon' light some tree. You ain't on my mind. And we can make a scene. Or better yet, we can make a movie.
I love the guitar. I love how sweet and soulful it is. It makes you think of sunsets too. And if we're seeing this in the terms of like one long, glorious beach day, we finally made it to the end, but we get to wake up tomorrow and do it all over again, which is just so exciting and thrilling and never ending.
Baby, won't you wine for me? Wine for me. Ever since the summer.
What a sweet note to end on. I just want to escape into this world, all of the romance and pleasure and eroticism inside of it, and it feels like the perfect getaway. That's all I have for you today. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night wherever you are. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I appreciate you so much. I hope that you are feeling as loved and hugged by this project as I am. And I will see you in the next one.